I love that sound I just made. It was the best sound ever. There we go. My hairstyle is very interesting today, whatever it's doing. Here for it. It's most of my hair, too. It's so hot. It's about to get real serious in the lips over here. Hello! Can I tell you why I was late? Literally because I was trying to choose the color of the font, the color of the text. I was like, oh my gosh, please. Ooh, last night for the big move tomorrow. OMG. Ooh. Yes, did you see that? Gigi got her car. We filmed a little bit of today, but Gigi got her car today. It was really fun, very exciting, such a big deal. A really good car. Oh my gosh, that would be so fun. I love packing. I love packing and moving. I love doing like that sort of thing for other people. I don't like doing it for myself. I like packing my own stuff, but like when other people are moving, I love helping. Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna do an update video. Yeah, and we'll probably do another one after that too, like when she's like, you know, settled in with her car and stuff. Oh, thanks. Oh, thank you. To make it cool, I didn't know if it was cool or not, because sometimes it's like really weird to people when they come to my house. I feel like they're just like, "Whoa, you have so much stuff," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm like a wizard, dog. I like my treasures, you know. I like all my cool wizard things." I thought it was so bizarre, and then I was like, um, I I went to my girlfriend's house for the first time, and it was like the same wizard. Oh, hello. So today I'm going to be asking you guys to pick a number, and we'll see which fairy you get in the fairy Bible. Yeah, Dragon Horde. Exactly. Yes. Heck yes. Yeah. Yeah. I thought about doing stuff like that. I actually do that with my car. Because not okay, so I'm really used to having cars that break down a lot, and so I always made them kind of comfortable because I would have to be waiting for like a tow truck or something like that all the time. So I had like cute little pillows in the back and like stuffed animals and stuff like that, and a blanket, and I feel like I still do. Me, myself, and me is already chosen. Boom. I think okay, so I'm gonna give you actually numbers to choose from just because page 5 doesn't really exist in this book. So you have to choose, you have to go, hold on, let's see. I'm trying to figure out where we start. Okay, so, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Boom, 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 boom. I thought we were there, and now I realize that we're not. Okay, okay, okay. We're gonna start with 78. So 78. Oh my gosh, they have so many. I'm gonna tell you right now, in this book, they count so many. They count everything as fairies. I just want you to know. I just want you to know. Oh, a unicorn bedroom sounds amazing. I love unicorns. I'm always looking for unicorn stuff. I love unicorns. Whenever I go thrifting, I'm always looking for unicorn stuff. So we're gonna do the pick a page, and I'm also gonna show you guys. No screaming, please. Are you okay? Yes. Are you all right? Why are you making screams and then not telling me that you're okay? Are you okay? Oh, okay. He's fine. He's fine. Children are so dramatic. Children are so dramatic. But yeah, whenever I go thrifting, I'm always looking for unicorn stuff, but I can never find it. And I would think, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to redo my altar as well with you guys. This might be kind of a long live. Who knows? Who knows? But, yeah. I always find cat things when I go thrifting. Cat things, I find bears, and I love cats and bears too. I'm a tchotchke. You know what I'm going to say. Because I always say it. I always say ho. I always say oh, do you go to eBay? Yeah, okay, that's good. eBay probably does have some really great secondhand unicorns. I don't know why I haven't thought of that before. You know what? I'm so afraid of getting, like, figures in the mail now because I've gotten some before and they've gotten broken. Even if they've arrived broken, even if someone does, like, wrap them amazingly, still arrive broken. And I do love the search. You know, I love searching. I love going to thrift stores in different states and going, like, all along wherever I'm driving to. Yeah, it's happened a couple of times, and it's like tragic. It makes you so sad because you paid money for it. Okay, so choose a number between 78 and 382. Isn't that funny? 78 and 382. Oh yeah, I love these guys. I love these so much. These are my favorite. Okay, I see so many numbers. Here we go. Here we go. Boop-bop, 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 boop. Let's go. Susie 99. Okay, 99. Fairy Protocol. So we have Water Fae on this page. You are learning Fairy Protocol for Water Fae. So let's look at this page. So when you choose a page, what comes up will have sort of like an interesting sort of energy that surrounds what's going on in your life, and I think it'll be really interesting to find out what this has to do with that. Fairy Protocol, the Realm of Fairies. So we're working with the Realm of the Fairies right now. So this is for someone who already has Fae in their midst, which is very interesting. We are breaching Fairy Protocol on every page of this book, which is true. And people ask me this all the time, like, are you breaching Fairy Protocol by talking about them? Yes. They hate it. They hate it. They're like, ooh. And even now, me saying that makes me go, oh gosh, woof. But there's always a way that you can make up for it. There's a way that you can sort of balance what you're doing or what you're sharing by working, you know, by doing work. And that's what you have to do. And by being as truthful and as honest as possible. And if things change, or if you've learned more, or if you've, you know, had more information or something like that, like sharing the best truth, like the most truth, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, you are breaching Fairy Protocol just by writing about them. There are many alternative names for them as well. So by calling them fairies is also breaching Fairy Protocol. So using names like fairies or pixies those names are what we've created. They're names that we've made up for them. They're ways that we can identify them. And I think that our language, and to a lot of people, our language isn't romantic English. So I think that sometimes hearing things like that, even though "fae" isn't an English word, the way that we say it sometimes sounds so yucky. I can imagine how our language sounds sometimes to other people, or to other creatures, to other beings from other realms. So when we talk about them, they like to be spoken about as a people rather than like individuals, So they like to be talked about like the fair folk, or the good people, or gentry, the little folk, which is how I learned about them. Little people, little folk, the honest folk, the hill people, the good neighbors. Yeah, the good neighbors is also what I grew up learning, and the men of peace. There are lots of different ways that they like to be addressed, but I think that um, the folk is a really good common way. My chair's not balanced. I just realized that right now. I almost fell down in front of everyone. Whoa, that would have been terrible. Yeah, the good people and the fair folk. The fair folk is another really common one that they don't mind. Not very long ago, such names were used by people who were fearful that fairies were listening to what they said, and who did not wish to arouse their resentment and mischief. In general, fairies do not like people to be curious about them. They don't want people to wonder about them. And it's not because, well, it's not because we're terrible. You know what I mean? It's not because they've seen, and other creatures have seen, that we are kind of wild when it comes to discovery and when it comes to finding new things. We can't just leave it alone, even though now we have a lot of people that work really hard to conserve nature and to conserve the world. There are still so many others that want to tear it apart and want to hunt it and explore it and plunder it and just take whatever they can find. You know what I mean? So the little folk, yeah, it's a good one. So it's really interesting to really think about the different ways that people would have to like talk about them and like, discuss them, because the way that they've seen we've treated other creatures. They don't want their name in our mouths. You know what I mean? They don't want us to be curious about them. They don't want us to want to find them or explore um, their realm, unless you are pure of heart. Yes, that is exactly why. They're always so much easier to be seen and heard and felt by people who don't give any kind of a crap about them, when they enter that kind of sphere. And it's very interesting. I've spoken with people, lots of couples, or like friends that I've worked with, where the friend that doesn't believe in anything will have the most experiences. Hello, Nitro! Yay! Oh my gosh, Discord wasn't working on my phone for the longest time, so I've been absent from the Discord forever. I just got it to download again. I'm one of those people, let me know if anyone else is like this. I'm one of those people that will play a really old game on my phone. Like a really old, like I'm playing like a super old merging game. It's not an updated one. It's super old and it's messed up, and when I play those games, they always freeze and mess up, and then they seem to glitch all across my phone. It's so silly. So yeah, Discord just wouldn't load. I would play the game, and then I would like switch back over to Discord, and then Discord wouldn't work. And I'm like, no. So yeah, it works now though. Is it always stinky? So we're discussing Fairy Protocol right now, which is page number 99, which is a page that somebody pulled, which is giving us a load of information. So when we pull, we're playing kind of like a pick a number, and then we'll open that up and see what the message is, or what the fairy is that you pull. And the message that we pulled right now is quite serious, and it's asking us to sort of really reframe how we speak about the fair folk and how they want to be addressed, and I think the first thing that pops up for us being fairy protocol is a really interesting thing because they want respect, you know. Yes, Gigi got her car. Gigi got her car. Gigi. It's a great car. It's really good, very reliable. We definitely we talked to a bunch of different places to see what they could do, for her situation because she really needed a reliable car, and so she really found something that was like top notch. Boom, boom. So I'm like freaking. I don't know. I'm really excited. Yes, I see that you did, and we're so fairy protocol. We've got that. So yes, fairy blessings spoken of lightly tend to disappear. So that's a big lesson that we're learning here as well. Fairy protocol is when you're addressing them, and we're just doing it terribly already over and over again, and we're probably going to continue to say fairy because that's even what's written in the book. The protocol for little people is to give them a title, call them the hill people, the good folk, the neighbors, the good neighbors, or by what they are, the type that they are, and to not try to or assume to call them by name or something like that, and also to make sure that we are keeping our wits about us when it comes to spreading the number of like fairy encounters that we have, and making sure that we keep some of those special moments to ourselves. Just like with any kind of magic or with any kind of like magical encounter or spiritual encounter, even though it is exciting and amazing to tell people about what you've had happen to you, you're like, oh my gosh, I just saw a fairy or whatever, that's exciting. Make sure that some of that stays with you. Make sure you keep some of the information with you because it is very personal and it is just for you. You know what I mean? It's 378, I think, is the last page. So, yeah, 78 to 378? Is it 73, 78 to 378? Let's know. Let's go back and see. All right, Queen of Bagels. 274, Queen of Bagels. There we go. Ooh, okay. Queen of Bagels, you've pulled the meditation to receive gifts of earth spirits. This is really dope. So this is actually a full meditation to receive the gift from an earth spirit, and this is one that I've actually done before. It's a gnome meditation. It's super duper dope. It is the coolest. It's really cool. You kind of dig down into the earth, and you meet with a gnome, and he gives you a crystal, and you come back out of the earth, and you see which crystal you have, and it really works well with pulling the crystal cards that we have. So I think we'll save this meditation. I'm going to put a bookmark in it. We'll put a bookmark in it. We'll save this meditation for next Monday's live, and we'll do the gnome meditation for the Monday, because that will be so cool. I love that. I just heard a noise. That would be the coolest thing ever. So let's do that. Thank you, King Bagels. That's really awesome. So 256. 256 for Ren. Ooh. Cernunnos. Love him. Look at that guy. Cernunnos is the horned god of the wildwood. He's the protector of all forest creatures, yet he is also the hunter. He embodies the cycle of life, which involves growth and nurture, but also death and destruction. His antlers proclaim strength, vitality, and an earthly endurance. Ooh. Cernunnos is a very mysterious and ambiguous figure. His message is that both hunted and hunter are in fact one in the spiral of life. It is probable that in these days the hunter-gatherers, the figure Cernunnos was invoked regularly. So he's one of those kinds of like gods that people would always have um, energy around, like always have a conversation with. This is not one of those like, special deities that people would put, a big statue of in the village, and like every once in a while you would see it. This is something that hunter gatherers work with every day, an energy they work with every day, that they would wake up in the morning and really dig deep into that huntress and hunter um, energy and invoke this deity and say, Cernunnos, I am going on this sacred journey. It's very spiritual. Hunting is not just about, like killing an animal and getting the meat and being like, no. It's about it's about creating a bond with nature. You're creating this cycle. You are following a cycle, and you are kind of becoming one with this amazing circle of life, this figure eight. So it's something that you do with all of your, all of your heart, and with all of your energy present. You want to be present with this kind of practice. So they are really bringing about this entire spiritual ritual, and placing that into their everyday life when they're hunting, which is insane. Can you imagine waking up in the morning and instead of just like, turning over and looking at your phone, and like that's your ritual, is getting up, turning over and looking at your phone, then getting up and like sitting on the toilet, while still looking at your phone, and then like getting in the shower or whatever, singing. Like that's cool. Like I feel like it's not a bad ritual unless you feel like you don't like it. But imagine waking up in the morning and like thanking deities for waking up every morning and getting down on your knees, and Cernunnos comes, in a vision to you, and you are really pouring yourself into your endeavors. You're really pouring yourself into this beautiful spiritual cycle that you have with hunting. I think about this all the time. I can go on a tangent about that sort of like lifestyle. When I was a kid, I thought that was what I wanted to. I wanted to have that kind of life. I wanted to be a hunter gatherer. I didn't want to live in a house. I wanted to live in a hut. Like I was serious about that. So honoring and respecting the hunt and the hunter, the hunted and the hunter, being one with the cycle of life. Okay. What does it smell on? Okay. It's my husband. I wanted to make sure that someone was like doing something. Okay, where are we now? 3:33, Lavender Gray. 3:33. Let's see what we got for 3:33. The Violet Fairy. Wah, 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 wah. I'm just skipping back to the next fairy on the page. The Violet Fairy. She's beautiful. The modest spirit of Violet epitomizes all the qualities that are needed to attract fairies, such as humility and simplicity. In ancient Greece, violets were born to promote tranquility and facilitate sleep. The Violet Fairy, like so many of the good flower fairies, offers protection against mischievous spirits and is very lucky. Okay, protection against mischievous spirits and luck. My mouth just went to another planet. When examined closely, the unobtrusive violet is exquisitely beautiful, and the Violet Fairy is allied to goddess Venus. Because of this, she can be very erotic. When mixed with lavender and sachets, she stimulates love and lust. If that's something that you're looking for in your life. She's also powerfully lucky, and it is said that if you gather the first violet of spring, we pass it, but get on next spring, your dearest wish will be granted, for all the fairies will come to your aid. Now, that is one of the things I have tucked away in one of my books. I don't know if it's in this Book of Shadows or another one, but picking the first violet of spring, giving you luck, and placing it in, what's it called? Things we don't have anymore, the ice cube trays, and putting that in the first tea that you have, the first violet tea, keeping it the whole time, and that's like a luck liquid, a luck elixir. I love that. I love doing that. Or making violet sugar with the first violets of the season, and that's like your lucky sugar that you put in whatever you're eating. I love it. Yes, due to her links with Venus, the Violet Fairy is a close ally of the Fairy Queen. Relationships are generally the province of the feminine, and the Violet Fairy can offer you a little bit of help in understanding where you fit in. Huh. And to become better adjusted. She also increases your psychic powers and will clear your head physically. For a chaplet of violets is said to cure headaches. So the Violet Fairy is really great for helping so if you work with violets and you work with Violet Fae energy, it really is a wonderful thing to help you clear mind and to work with that really beautiful violet energy that will help you to really hone in on your intuition. Like your intuition is going to boom boom with violets. I used to love using violets in candles. I don't make candles anymore, but when I did, I used to love using violets. I might make candles again. I don't know. I just won't use any scents, and then these will be unscented candles because I cannot use smells. I cannot use the smells. It will make my nose fall off. It gives me a headache. That's right. Oh, you're allergic to violets. Oh no. So, another thing that you can use in place of violets that's really similar is periwinkle, and also like chicory flowers. Chicory flowers are really great as well. Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so I've tried to grow violets, and I haven't been successful with violets so far, which is a bummer. Okay, let's go over here and see what else we got here. Okay, boom, boom. I already did you. Okay, that number is too high. Gobbledygook, you picked 219. Okay, finding fire fairies, 219. Finding fire fairies. This is you moving into your passion, baby, okay? Moving into your passion and moving into the thing that makes you feel so alive and driven and what makes you want to, do anything to achieve. Of all the sprites, fire fairies are the most difficult to encounter. Oof. Many of them are not, I'm like, don't I know it? Many of them are not as keen to help humans as other elemental spirits, and they may be disdainful of our slowness. So fire fairies are very, it's self-explanatory. They are very much the kinds of fairies that don't like to trade with people. They prefer to trade with other fairies who have traded with people because people are so slow at getting things done, and they're slow at, taking care of whatever part of their bargain, whatever their trade is. So working with them is really, really hard. If you're going to work with them, it's great if you do whatever deed you're going to do already, or have it in motion, or if you're going to work with them as well, something that really, okay, and my hand is like literally itching so badly. It's like holding this, just like buzz, buzz, buzz. The fire fairies are very much the kind of fairies that just want things quickly. I can't snap with this hand. Quickly, fast, immediately. And they work with your inspiration, your passion, your creativity. The muses of the fire fairies, if you ever work with someone who has that energy, that the muse energy with fire fae energy as well, which would be, who do I think is like a muse? Oh my gosh, Bernadette Peters is the first person that came to mind. I bet you no one knows who that is. Who knows who Bernadette Peters is? Because that really gives me a good example of a muse with Fire Fae energy, like someone who is very um, electric and very energetic and vivacious and has like a quick tempo to them. You know, someone who's just very alive. Um, there are a lot of people like that. I'm trying to think of a lot of actors. Oh my gosh, there's a comedian I'm thinking of, and now I can't remember her name. But you know what I mean. People who have worked with Fire Fae energy, they're just very fast paced. Let's see. Fire fairies ride on the sunbeams, and you may glimpse them wherever a ray pierces through the clouds. They absorb solar energy, which sustains them through the winter. However, the best way to meet the fire spirits is to kindle and tend a fire. If you have an open hearth, you need to look no further, for deep within the glowing embers you will see fire pictures that will tell you about the salamanders. Sit before the flames and let yourself feel drowsy and relaxed. Soon you will be aware of the fire spirits coiling within the glow, dancing in the sparks. If a spark jumps out toward you, that is a fire sprite making its presence felt. So when you're working with outdoor bonfires and stuff like that, when you're trying to work with fire fae, and you're tending to a fire, keeping your fire alive is really important. If if it's something that's new to you, like tending a fire and creating a fire to make these beautiful flames dance, then it will take that much time. It'll take you time to be able to build a fire on your own, to learn how to do it in a natural way. That's how much time it might take for you to even open the door to working with fire fae. Um, there's, like I said in the book, like the book says, they're so elusive. Having that kind of experience with fire, um, where it's dancing before you and you're like dancing with it and exciting you in a fire trance. There are so many different like spirits and energies that love feeding off of that. They love feeding off of fire. So it's really fun to work with that energy. But it's also dangerous if you are under the age of what? What is the age that you have to be to work with fire? Hello, Sabrina. Like, what is the age? Cyndi Lauper. Yes, I totally agree with you, Melissa. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. So, gobbledygook, work with your sensual fire energy. This is a really great way to work with your creativity, to work with your any kind of like projects or things that you want to build or physical things that you want to create. This is a wonderful time to do that kind of thing. Any kind of way to work with your hands. Heck yeah. To make friends with salamanders, which are the spirit of the fire element. Show respect to their element. Avoid using a microwave. Oh my gosh, yes. Avoid using electronic things to cook your food, you know, if you're trying to work with the fire fae. Cook with gas, at the very least, it says, and wherever possible with live coal. Fire sprites appreciate a hearty barbecue. That is true. Learn to make fire the old way by striking wood or using a tinderbox. But yeah, so that you tease the fire. I was like, wait, didn't I say that already? Yes, that's what I was just talking about that. So that you tease the fire from the interior of the wood, the salamanders flash into being. Fire spirits are also attracted by wild and sensuous music. Fire spirits, fire elementals love dancing. They love wild behind music. I was going to say the other word, AF, but I'm trying to not get demonetized today. But they love wild music. They love dancing. They love when people are just like beating their feet on the floor. That's something that sparks up that creation energy. So working with them means releasing any kind of fears you have about dancing, about moving your body, and really letting yourself have a good time. Yeah. As with all fairies, fire spirits reward interest, respect, and a genuine attempt to tune into their way of being, which is what I was just talking about. Let yourself really feel that energy of passion and creativity and dance and movement. Maybe a firefly will pass you, or maybe your path blessed with an enchanting glowworm or two. Fire spirits may leave gold. They may leave gold around or lights. They like fractal, like little rainbows and stuff like that around, which is really awesome. Anything red, orange, yellow, or arrow shaped. They often leave things that are arrow shaped or what is the word? Like things that resemble a flame. Treasure these things as well. So things that sometimes you'll find a crystal or a stone that has like a flame shape in it or a flame like inclusion, which is really, really cool. So time to work with the fire fae for you. Hello? Let's go. I love that. Yes, Nitro. Light my fire. I love that song. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Okay. Did we do 333 already? Oh, that was the meditation that we said that we, yeah, and then we did that one. Okay, and then, here I go. Hello, Tanya. Hello. Let's do 103. Let's do 103. And then I'm going to show you guys my library books that I got. Ooh, 103 just opens us up to water fairies. So let's read the first page. So we went straight from fire to water, the element of water. So working with water fairies is like some of my favorite deities to work with are water. And so working with water fairies, I would think would go along the same kind of route where you'd be working with emotions. However, when you're working with water fairies, it's not as gentle or as loving as it can be with working with water deities. Water fairies kind of put you into those spaces where you confront your fear head on. They're very serious, they can be very frightening. The element of water. To the ancients, the entire earth was made from 4 basic elements: earth, fire, air, and water. These elements are described on page blah, 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 blah. You can think of the elements as having their own compartments or levels within the spirit world, but of course they also exist within our world, carrying with them certain subtle and symbolic properties, as well as the physical properties we know so well. Many fairies have an affinity with a particular element, but in addition, occultists believe that certain spirits, called elementals, specifically express the energy of their own associated elemental in nature. Hi, can you excuse me? Hi, can you please excuse me? Hi, can you go away? How can you get out of my face? Excuse me, can you get out of here, please? No, thank you. No, thank you. Boom. The generic name for water elementals is undines. Undines are the pure manifestation of the spirit of water, while other water fairies may be thought of as having more of a liking for water, with a differentiated personality of their own habits, gifts, stories, and traditions. But the undines are the like symbol of the water element. Water fairies are possibly the most numerous of all spirits. This is partly because it may be easier for fairies to manifest where the air is damp. And a lot of people believe that they have an easier time where there's mist, or where there's fog, or where there is some sort of like a variant where there's an in-between. So where there's kind of water in the air, that's where they can manifest a lot easier. So any kind of in-between space is where you will be able to see any of the fair folk a lot easier. I talk about that in some other videos, but I think I really should do some updated fairy videos. Does anyone agree with that? Ooh, let's see. Blah 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 blah. Oh, I got 2 yeses already. Water fairies are possibly. Yes. Water has many mysterious properties and may retain impressions and images. Yes, which is also something that I love, as described by the Cambridge Don T.C. Lethbridge in his book Ghost and Ghoul, published in 1961. Oof, I should read that because I don't think I have, but I've watched some documentaries about that, and I think it's incredibly fascinating how a space can have like a picture impression of people like living in it. It's so wild to me. So wild. If I remember that documentary, I have to tell you about it. I've worked with, so there are some really interesting fairies that are, I forget what they're called, but they only come out in moonlight. They only come out like in the shafts of moonlight, and they're kind of like they're dancers. They're sort of like slaves to dance, and they can only dance where the moon touches the earth. Um, and they're a really interesting kind of fairy. Some people believe um, that they were fairies that were killed or that were punished, and they were punished and bound to like chained together, and they're bound to dance forever only where the moon touches the earth, and they can only dance, and it's like a relief for them to dance. Like it's just so well, the story is it's such an interesting sort of story, but it's like they ache to dance. Like it's painful when they don't dance, and then when they finally get to dance, it feels really nice. It's like a relief for them, but then they dance until their feet hurt again. It's a really interesting kind of punishment. But yes, I do have some knowledge of some lunar fae, and I've seen them. I've seen those dancers before. I haven't seen them chained though, which I thought was really interesting. Um, and I remember thinking that was bizarre because I remember that being very specific in the story, and I was like, huh. I would love to. Gosh, I have so many paintings in my head of all of the fairies that I've seen. So many paintings, and I think painting them is probably the easiest way to give them the most truth that I can. Like in expressing them, because I mean, as a human, you can't really express like an otherworldly being with just our simple words and our gestures. They just don't do it. They don't do them justice. Our like clumsy mouths can't create the phrases or the 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 words that would encompass the beauty or the majesty of the fair folk. I love Brian Froud. I think he's absolutely amazing. I freaking love Xenon Girl of the 21st century as well. Crack, love that. Zoom, 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 like my heart go boom, boom. My supernova girl. Am I right? So this is a call for you to work with water elemental, my friend. I'm like, okay. So really think about what it means to work with water fae, because water, like it's saying here, water is associated with emotions and the unconscious longings and repressed fears. Water is also associated, especially water fae, are associated with a longing for depth, depth with emotion, depth with other people, but also for seeking the void, which I think is very interesting. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel, and I feel like it will flow very very easily from that. I do sing sometimes when I'm describing them, or when I'm like in that kind of realm. No, Jay, don't say that. Yes. And I feel like that's another way to express how I feel, or like how I'm communicating with them. But otherwise, yeah. Water is associated with emotions, with unconscious longings and repressed fears. This is reflected in the appearance of water fairies, who are very seductive and captivatingly beautiful. However, possibly because men tend to be less in touch with their emotions than women. But see, this is the thing about these books that I'm not into, okay? I don't like that. Number one, Pause. I do not agree with that sentence at all. I do not agree with that sentence at all. Please do not take that as Mint saying that, because I do not agree with that. We'll see. We'll get to page 89 next, yes. But this saying that men tend to be less in touch with their emotions than women, blah, 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 that's CRAP. But water fairies generally manifest as female. They have generally manifested as female in the past, but I do also have, I've heard stories of people. This is the Fairy Bible. It's an older one. It's an older book, and people don't say old crap like that anymore. 2008. If I were editing this, I would have been like, oh, we're not gonna say that. We're not gonna say that. We're not gonna say that gender McGender over other gender McGender is better than this gender at doing that gender. No, we're not saying that. You know, people are, there are some people that are incredibly in touch with their emotions, and there are some people that are not. You know, there are some people that were raised to be in touch with their emotions, and there's some people that were not. That's what that is. But they do, I have heard a lot of stories of them manifesting as women or as like feminine creatures. However, there are also a lot of stories of them manifesting as these interesting like fish like um creatures, like not quite. Okay, yeah, no, we can totally do it. You guys are writing and I'm losing them. But yeah, they can manifest it in any gender. But I really have seen a lot of really interesting agender, like fish creature, fae, sort of like what was that movie? You know what I'm talking about. The water man, and it was, and the woman, and she was all like, water man. You know what I'm talking about. A call to work with the element of fire. Is this a fulfilling and meaningful environment for you? These are questions that they're asking you. Are you in a fulfilling or meaningful environment? Or do you thirst for something more mystical and intriguing in your life? Perhaps it's worth taking the plunge and following the mer people into the shimmering water abode. I would not follow any mer people anywhere. But if you are trying to get more in touch with your emotions, get more in touch with the mysteries of life, um, and get more into a deeper space with any of the people in your life, then working with the water element definitely will help you. Water elementals, undines, I have worked with them. They're kind of like, they look like seals, I'm pretty sure. Kind of sealy, not quite like seal, but they're really cool and not like creepy or scary. Um, kind of like nice goofy energy, but really aiding you in releasing emotional baggage and stuff like that, and really allowing you to feel your feelings and get them out, and really like melt your feelings out. Yeah. Okay, so which one, okay. It's okay. Yeah, shape of water. I was like, something about the water? Something about the water? Okay, so who's next? 183. 183, and then someone got skipped, which was what? Okay, okay. I'm trying to see. My word, I can't. 143, is that what we're doing? 282. I'm like trying to figure out which number we are on. La 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 la. What number are we on? 183. Are we on 183? The Sphinx. Yes, the Sphinx. I'm sweating, y'all. Another composite fairy. And what I think is really interesting about this book is that they do place every otherworldly creature under the fairy umbrella, which I think is quite interesting. So in my tradition, anything under the ethereal realm was a little one of the fair folk, and especially working with the little people, which is tiny little people. So I don't know. It depends on how you feel, but this page is the Sphinx. Another composite fairy. The Sphinx embodies mystery. To the Greeks, it had a woman's head and the body of a winged lion. Beautiful. This picture I'm not so into, but go off. While the Egyptian Sphinx had a male head, or that of a ram or hawk, linking it to the griffin. The composite nature of the Sphinx indicates the deep knowledge that comes from a union of spirit, instinct, and intellect. In myth, this being is often encountered as a guardian of ancient mysteries. So this is already opening up to you sort of cracking open the egg on something deep within you, or even within your family roots, that is a mystery that is about to be revealed to you. To test the worthiness of any who approached, the Sphinx would demand the passing of some test, or the solution of a riddle. Hi, baby. Jason. Oh, he left. He was like, no, thank you. To fail at this usually resulted in death, frequently by being devoured by the vengeful Sphinx. The symbolism behind this relates to the understanding, to the use of knowledge. Partial knowledge, when arrogantly applied, can lead to being devoured by the consequences of ignorance. This applies today, where scientific knowledge is used without regard to spiritual meaning. So this is also about balance and about being able to really back up the things that you're talking about from more than one perspective. So say, someone tells you a story about somebody, you don't just immediately believe that story without getting the facts from more than one perspective. Unless you just really trust the person who told you the story in the first place. But a gossip is a gossip is a gossip, my friend. If that's what's gossiping about you, they're going to gossip about everybody else. And gossip is like 99%, hot gas. If you are faced with many conundrums in life, suspect the involvement of the Sphinx. Do not panic. It may be a call to further education. A call to further education or mental expansion. The Sphinx is the carrier of prophecy, and it is there to challenge and inspire. Okay. All right. I like that. I know. I hate gossip too. Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, I wish it would rain. It's not raining here, really. I just have fake rain sounds on because I like it. Ah, thank you. This person doesn't have a shop anymore. It was called Sword Girlfriends, and I bought a ton of earrings for them because I love them. Okay. 37, you said? Ooh, okay. Protection from bad fairies. Protection from bad fairies. So I want to show you, because there's a Kelpie, and then there's a little, I don't know who this is supposed to be down here. Kelpies scare me. They scare me. I'm afraid of them. that is a fairy that I'm afraid of. Any fairy, uh, any kind of like OWC that like turns into an animal, I don't like that because they will get me. Any kind of fairy, any kind of otherworldly creature, any kind of like mysterious, energetic anything that turns into an animal will get me because I love animals. And if an animal approached me in the wild, you better believe I'm going to believe that I am Snow White and that I'm getting a blessing. I'm going to be like, oh my god, it's coming to me. Where? And then it'll touch me and then I'll be 900%. 900%. So, Kelpies scare me. Anyway, protection from bad fairies. By no means are all fairies well disposed towards humans. This does not mean that they are evil, just that they have different standards of morality from us. Fairies may regard, yes, remember that, different standards of morality. Not that they are evil, but or bad, just that they don't have the same moral code that we do. It doesn't. They believe in the same kind of, um, barriers that we do or boundaries that we do. Fairies may regard as important things that have nothing to do with the welfare of humankind, and such matters may be very necessary in the scheme of things. For instance, there is a place in the world for poisonous plants, just as death and decay have a purpose. Fairies may be linked with these natural processes, but we do not want to go looking for them. Fairies have been credited with kidnapping the young, the beautiful, or talented, especially those who are musically talented. Young mothers also are fair game because they could suckle fairy babies. And babies themselves were very much at risk, particularly before they were baptized, which is hilarious to me. Like, I feel like there were definitely some fae that were like, oh my gosh, Christianity, get that away from me because that is killing our world. And there were some that were like, okay, let's like peace out on this, but let's mess with the Christian bit. Let's mess with the Christians. There are I've definitely there. I mean, I definitely believe it because there are so many interesting stories of demons and like, dark creatures that sound just like fairies messing around. Being terrible and like stealing things and messing you up and dragging you into the depths like a horse. Yeah, babies themselves were at risk before baptized. Fairies were believed to take the real person and leave a stock or fairy double in their place. In the case of a child, this was termed a changeling. Most sinister of all, fairies were believed to take humans for tribute to the devil. So that's what people believed. They thought that people were being stolen as like, a prize or, like I stole this human for you, like straight up, but they were being stolen in a lot of cases, yes, to like suckle babies and to take care of fairy children if there were fairy children, because they're so rare and because they can only have children like every 100 years or something like that. They would need wet nurses. Yeah, gobbledygook. Oh, I thought for some reason I thought it was going to move, but it didn't. Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, they have just a really different belief, and I think that a lot of the stories that I read about people being taken, and a lot of experiences that I've had with people telling me about themselves being taken or being led, being pixie led or like spirited away, were stories of people being saved or offered a life that was better than the life that they already had. And even if that life wasn't like awesome, it was still better than the life that they already had, which I think is really interesting. But yeah, leaving changelings in their space. Another nasty fairy habit was believed to be that shooting elf shot at certain people or at cattle. These were flint arrowheads, and the person or beast struck would develop some ailment. So usually, if you were shot with elf shot, you would get cancer, something that would like fester and grow in your body, which is what people would believe that was, which is so interesting. A typical or a certain type of fairy known as a joint eater, which creeped me out, may also attach itself to a person and absorb all the goodness from the food they eat, so that the unfortunate human is always ravenous and undernourished. Those kinds of fairies creep me out so much. The ones that suck in the nourishment from you. Oh my god. That idea creeps me out. The kind of fairy that will go inside of you and suck the nutrients from your body, or the ones that will go in and tend and mend the body there. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, Grace. Stop. You're being so sweet. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. My earring is sticking to my face. That's how hot and sweaty I am, friends. Check me out. Besides, not as sweaty. Gross. Anyway, the joint eater. Yeah, creeps me out so much. The fairies credited with malevolence are too numerous to list, but they include goblins, hobgoblins. So the goblin hobgoblin thing, I'm gonna go ahead and say these kinds of creatures are not. They are definitely a amalgamation of two different things, but I definitely don't subscribe to the goblin hobgoblin sort of thing. I really see these kinds of creatures as something else. When you read the story about goblins, how they were created, you don't know them. You're like, no, thank you. You don't understand how this is it sounds like a created story that was taken from fairy lore, but that wasn't really fairy lore. You know what I mean? But the Kelpie, Kelpies creep me out. The Kelpie who appears as a horse and lures weary travelers onto its back so that it may ride them into deep water and drown them. Yeah, the joint eater terrifies me. The puka also appears as a nasty horse and may spoil your crops. Some fairies can be vicious and malevolent, and indeed, all may be capricious and tricky. Fairy terror may assail anyone who is out on their own in the wild. Has anyone been stricken by fairy terror? I love horses. That's the reason why I'm afraid of kelpies. I love kelpies. Like, if I could have my own kelpie who wanted to lure bad guys onto their backs to drown them, like, that's something else. I would be gotten by this. I would be gotten. It would get me. It would be gotten. I would got me, and I would be gone. Why do you believe in these things? I'm asking as I'm generally going through a belief crisis. You seem so wonderful. I'm just trying to find comfort again. Aww. Okay. I believe in everything. I believe in everything and nothing at the same time. I believe in folklore, and I believe in old stories, because all of these things have they have an inkling of truth in them. And I believe that these creatures and these beings that people saw were probably a result of eating some bad bread or having some like really weird food that gave them a hallucination. But do I believe that people's collective stories can create an image of something that people can all believe in, heck yeah. Do I believe that anything is possible? Oh my gosh, yes. Have I had experiences with these weird creatures and seen these weird things? Heck yeah. Does that make me a cray cray sausage? Maybe, but I can function in society. You know.
My hands are wet, and I.
Why don't you wash them? Oops. Why don't you wash your hands? It's like you need to wash them. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't judge anyone for their belief or disbelief. And I'm not here to like prove something or disprove something or anything. Everyone has their own personal experience with the world, and everyone has, the beliefs that they grew up with. And, anything is possible. Anything at all is possible. And have people had experiences with these things that we read about? Yes, they have. Have many people all around the world have the same experience with same creatures before they could have correlated the story? Yes. Same as any other spiritual, magical, blah 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 blah. So, it's up to you whether you believe it or not. I believe because I want to. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Nitro. Okay, so chaotic. I know about the origin of gossip and how it can save people's lives. I know about that kind of. I know about gossip in that way. Um, when I say gossip, I think I'm talking about like catty people behavior, catty yuck behavior. You know what I mean? So I definitely believe in like spreading information that you know the truth about, but don't talk about other people behind their back unless you're willing to say all those things to their face, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, thanks. Thank you. Yay. I love moss. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, I really want some ice cream, but we don't have any. Ice cream man did not do dinky dickle dinky dink today down our street for whatever reason. Let me show you my library books that I got. I got Butterflies and Moths, one of the Smithsonian books. Because of course I did. I love these because I love being able to see the pictures. Well, aren't they amazing? Look at this guy. Swallowtails get me. Dragon tails are insane. The green dragon tail is one of my absolute favorites. Look at him. He gonna get ya. Get ice cream. I wish. I wish. Yeah, I think it's too late. We would have to go to like, I don't know, Giant or something. The green dragon tail though. The green dragon tail though. I also got Spy Family because I want to start reading it. I watched it, but I'm gonna read it. I also got Paris, the memoir, because I'm gonna read about Paris. I love Paris Hilton. Wait, maybe she just likes to remind me. I'm very strict, Paris. I don't take any crap. Anyway, because she's saying it with her exotic South African accent, it really hits home. Wendy was always happy to see Nikki and me. She set up with paper, pens, markers, and scissors. So we could create collages or Christmas cards. I love her. Dragon tails, come on, something to dragon tails. Okay. Come along, take my hand, let's all go dragon land. I am sweating, you guys. Woo! Yes. I also got the Unicorn Treasury, Stories, Poems, and Unicorn Lore. Because like I said earlier, I love unicorns. So I got this. Very interested in reading. Oh man. I love illustrations like that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, should we do like book streams where I just like show you beautiful pages? Obviously, we can't read all of it because then they'll get me and put me in a dungeon. But I can like read little bits like we're doing with the fairy Bible and show you pictures. Just look at this. Isn't that gorgeous? There are books that we can read on stream. Like if they're really old, like we can read Alice in Wonderland. I don't know if we can read The Last Unicorn, but I'll look and see how old it is. But these are just so pretty. Oh. The Last Unicorn is one of my favorite movies. The soundtrack, dog. I think, bang, 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 bang. I love it. A TT? What is a TT? A TikTok? Just like TT, like TT, tell me that you'll be my baby. Hey, digga 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 digga. I do have a TikTok, yes, but I never use it. Yeah, Alice in Wonderland, read along. Would that be fun? Digga 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 digga. Baby, baby, baby. Now I'm gonna sing that song all night. Oh, I love this one. That's so pretty. Yeah, so I'm gonna read this one pretty soon. And then I also got mushrooms. Because mushrooms. You know? Look at these illustrations. Oh my god, so beautiful, my god. You can read anything on the talks, I guess because they're short? Or why can you read everything on the talks? Oh, because it doesn't get saved, right. That's right. Twice. Yeah, I love Twice. Oh, thanks. Toss a coin to your wizard, a valley of plenty. Oh, valley of plenty. Oh, toss a coin to your wizard. You make this mint happy. Yay! Thank you. I sang a song. Illustrations. Cool. Okay. Wow. Thanks. That was so sweet. I love mushrooms. I actually have some mushrooms drying over here. Do you want to see them? Oh, it's so hard to stop singing it. Oh, valley of plenty. Oh, valley of plenty. Okay. But yeah, I got lots of fun books to go, and I wanted to paint some of these. So I got the books so that I could paint some and try to like maybe I got some Jody bought me some, what are they called? Pastels. Chalk pastels to art with, and I was thinking of doing some chalk mushrooms like these guys. Aren't they dope? Because I'm pretty terrible with chalk pastels, but I want to get better with them. I'm sweating so much, you guys. All for you. You guys ready to do this altar? You guys can see it, right? Kind of. There we go. Look at this. This is not an altar item. This is a renewed hope in a jar. This is my skin lotion. That's not what's supposed to be there. So I really want to, okay. I am no longer working on love magic. Okay. Because your fairy has lots of love right now. So, I'm not working on love magic anymore. Thank you very much, Mother Aphrodite. She's doing the most, and I appreciate all that she's done for us. Thank you, Mother Aphrodite. You've saved me from mosquito bites. Of course, we're always working with her, though. She doesn't leave. She doesn't go anywhere. She stays right at the forefront because she's literally right there. Boom. She's on my vanity. So she's always number one. But we're going to switch back over to I want to do kind of like a cleansing situation for a little bit just to get the energy kind of neutral while I finish cleaning this room and getting this room set up for working in. And then I'm going to move it back over to the gold and green prosperity energy. Friendship and familial love. So there's a lot of things that you can do for friendship and familial love, but I always recommend working with harmony and balance energy. So doing anything where you're balancing two energies together. So do your black and whites, your yin and yang. You can do like split your altar and side split it in half and do like one side one color, one side the other color, or two things that you want to encompass, like harmony and love on each side. We work with things like resins like amber. Amber is really great for harmony. Frankincense and myrrh also really great for harmony and familial love. Working with your rose quartz, get your rose quartz out there. Get that morganite out there. I love working with morganite for that as well. If you're a crystal homie, sploot the altar. I like to work also with yellow roses when you're doing friendship and familial love. Would you say energy for me working on now and propelling is like fairy tale energy now? Why can't I understand that sentence? Why can't I understand the sentence? Oh, good. Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. La, 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 la. And you can do a lot of things with that, with those energies. Like you can do a lot of opening up of the heart, a lot of bonding magic. I really love doing bonding magic with people. I feel like it's something so hard to get other people to do, and it's definitely something that's scary to ask people to do. Like, hey, do you want to do some bonding magic with me? Ugh. Like my husband and I will do it together, of course. Like we'll hold hands and stare into each other's eyes, no big deal. But like asking a friend to do that or like a new person, it's like scary. Oh, bye. Yeah. Okay, bye. Have a great night. Great night, Nitro. Great night. Great night, Nitro. Oh. Thank you, She-Wolf. You get a song. I'm going to sing you out every time now. Every time you leave early, I'm going to sing you out. Nitro. That was fun for me. I just dropped my mushrooms off level. So, I didn't even have to light this candle. I just put it on. Oh no, we're gonna be demonetized. No, please. Hello. Hello, how are you? Good evening. Hello. Vayu, is that how you say it? Forest Heart. That's such a cute value, Forest Heart. I love that. Forest Heart is a great last name. Let's change all of our last names to Forest Heart, everyone. Collectively. I'm going to take this altar cloth off carefully. Don't want to break anything. Doing it in like the most ridiculous way possible because it is all the way on here. I need to take everything off of here, but I'm just like trying not to, you know? You can hear croaking. Yule's watching Coco in the other room. His favorite movie. Okay, almost, guys. Almost. We almost got it. Oh no! The reason why it's so hard to get off is because it's got a giant piece of petrified wood it's sitting on it. There we go. Check on there. I always keep a check on my altar. Boop. I'm gonna de-dust it. Get all the dust off. You know, gobbledygook. That's usually what I say is when I'm talking about like mess and dust. It's gobbledygook. Get all the gobbledygook off. I was just about to say it, and I was like, oh my gosh. Did I tell you guys about this before? Portobello. Centro. This little jar is something that my friends left for me. I was in a really bad way. I was feeling really sad at the beginning of this year, January, at the end of last year. I was super sad sausage, going through it, my friends. I was going through it, and I was just like, I was very sad. And my friend called me, and she had invited me over, and I was too sad to go to her house. And that's when you know that I'm very sad. If a friend invites me over and I'm too sad to go, you know I'm sad. Because I always want to hang out with my friends. I love them. You know, it's like, it brings me, I'm one of those people that like gets energy and life from hanging out with other people. So if I don't do it, that means something is happening to me in my soul. So I was very, very sad. And I, you know, I told her, I was like, I'm going to start going on my walks again in the morning because I really need to get myself out of the house. And so on my route, oh, thank you. Thank you. On my route, which is like a walk in the forest, she and her daughters left this jar like in a tree so that I would find it. And it has like little stickers on it and stuff. And it has my name on it somewhere. There's a bee on it. It says mint. And then like on the inside it has magic. It has a cinnamon stick and rose petals and a bay leaf. And it's so sweet. And they left it in like a little tree hole along my walk, and I saw it, and I was like, oh my gosh. And they texted me, and they're like, we left you something in the tree. And I was like, holy crap. And I cried a lot, you know. Yeah, it says mint. It's M-I-N-T. Isn't that so cute? Really, really sweet. Really, really sweet. Like, man. So I put it on my altar, and that's where it stays, because that is an incredible gift. The gift that somebody is thinking about you, and that they made something for you, and then drove to the place where you take a walk, and walked on they had to go down the path like all the way down the path first to find a place to put it there, and then go back to their car and drive back home. Like, that's effort, man. That is effort, you know? What are you asking, Sissy? Would you say having locks is easier than natural hair? My hair is tight fork, and it never comes out exactly how I want, so I end up just throwing a wig on. What do you suggest? I love having locks. I say it's way easier. Yeah, it's way easier than anything because I just do whatever I want with it. Yeah, it just it just is free to live its life. The only thing I don't do, which I don't do my roots as often as I should, and I don't wrap my hair at night, which I need to. But I love having locks. Yeah, I always knew I wanted locks though. Ever since I was a child, I knew I wanted to have dreadlocks. So it was no thing for me. I just knew it. Yeah, it was the sweetest thing. My whole life was like changed. Yeah. Yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard sometimes when you're feeling like there's no way out of that space, but there's always a way out of that space. Trying to raise the energy in your main space and home. Ooh, you know what? Okay, it really depends on exactly how you like to raise energy. Well, I'm gonna tell you, but I'm gonna grab the Windex really quickly. Hold on one sec. I want to scream and shout. I keep singing songs and I need to stop because this video is gonna immediately be struck, copyright stricken. I have a hard time not singing. Hey yo! See, I want to sing it now. Cling, 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 cling. Oh, it's so hot. It's so warm. How's the weather where you guys are? I am so hot. Trying to raise the energy in the main space. Alright, right. So you're trying to raise energy in the main space at home. So there's a lot of different things that you can do to raise energy in a space. But one of my favorite ways is to put quartz all around the spaces. 109! Oh my gosh! Put clear quartz all around the windowsills in that space. I like to do a lemon slice on the windowsills in that space as well. Burning frankincense is a great way to raise energy. It's one of my favorite ways to raise energy. Oh man, it's so hot everywhere for us. I know, I do have to do my freestyle. Oh man, you guys. I'm sad that we're all so hot and overheated in our homes. Stinky hot houses. Okay, all nice and clean, all nice and clear. I don't know what cloth I'm gonna put on. I do have this little brown one that I kind of want to use. It's one of my grandma's scarves. I don't know if it's big enough, but it's sweet. It's really small though. For like an altar cloth. Let's see. Remember me. See? I can't help it. I have to just start singing. Remember me. Excuse me, I meant. Okay. So either sliced lemon garland, or just a half slice of lemon, a fresh lemon. A lot of the times, it's like in the fall, I'll get lemon garland. I'll just like buy a lemon garland and do it that way. It's so hard for me to keep lemons in the house without eating them. I am a lemon and lime fiend. If I see a lemon, I'm gonna eat it. It's so hard. If I see a lemon, I'm probably gonna eat it. It's not gonna live in my house. I'm not gonna have a lemon on my windowsill. I'm gonna eat it. I love lemon. Remember me. What's happening here? Stand up, you fool. Fly, you fools. Right. My main man Gandalf. My main man Gandalf. Who else has a crush on Gandalf? I love lemon tarts. Hello? Let's go. Oh, I love lemon. What are you talking about? Get out of here with that. Okay, what is everyone's favorite fruit? Well, I love limes. Limes, blueberries, strawberries, honeydew melon. Honeydew? No? Yes. I love it. Grapefruit. I love grapefruit, guys. I love grapefruit so much. Hello? I also love blackberry. I love fruit. I'm gonna have to get a drink in a second. Honeydew is definitely in the top 5. Honeydew is definitely in top 5. I'm allergic to pineapple. I love plums. Oh, I love plums. Ooh, ooh, ooh. A what, my friend? A what bush, my friend? A booty berry bush? A booty berry bush? That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. My wolf. Ow! Isn't he cute? Love him. My bear. My jackrabbit. Look, you can say pineapple all day, and all I can say is I can't eat it. I love hearing about the things that you can. What? Oh yeah, me not being able to eat it. Yeah. Of course, my darling Ethan. Of course. Oh. Yes, of course. Don't you worry. Everything will be fine. Don't you worry. I found this at the Indian Museum at Poconos. And I like, hello? Bear paw that can obviously go on my altar? I always want to just go. Love it. I use this moss agate key a lot as my director of energy. I love using keys as directors of energy. I have a tree agate tower that I'm putting up here as well. Always. And I have a tree agate cloud. Also goes up here. And for the water element, we've got our ammonite that I put up here as well. Bebe. Which bells should I use? Let me show you which bells I have that are like available, you know. Until you're in my arms again. Remember me. Okay, so I have this Holly Hobby bell. Very cute, right? It says, a happy family makes a house a home. Adorable. I also have this vintage, like, giant. I love this bell. Just showing it to you makes me want to use it. I don't know. And then I have my brass. It has the best sound. Such a good sound. It's like falling apart with my wedding bell. Kind of want to use this one already. Let me just see how it looks. It's just so large. It's the only reason why I don't use it very often. But you know what? If I can find a water vessel that matches it, I might be super hyped to use. Oh, you know what? There's one more bell. If I can get to it. Pig sounds. This one. So let's see whose energy feels the best here. Oof. Not this one. This one said absolutely not. This one was like, no. Not that one either, for sure. We do this one. This one. Yes, 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 chaotic. Thank you. Yeah, giant bell belongs. Yes, giant bell belongs. See if I have a cup that matches. Go get tradies. Okay. Until you're in my arms again, remember me. Yes, yes. It looks so 70s, am I right? Such. Which one? This one? Big cup? This is the most like 70s style altar. Isn't it? So 70s. I love it. I love the 70s. Bring it on. I could use this one as my cauldron. Smaller one. Remember me. Until you're in my arms again, remember me. This is going to be for my boop colorings. Excuse me. This is a candle that I made from these matcha tins. It's a self-love candle. Can you see? Did I show you? There we go. Smells nice. I'm gonna put it right in there. Actually, it doesn't need to be in there. Let's get the big corpse up there. Big baby, big baby. She loves to be up there. She loves it. To land. Got very beautiful like blue vibe going on here. She goes up there now, doesn't she? She fits. Doesn't she? She fits. Got her inside there. She's got Grandmother Willow. I love her. Keep her looking beautiful there. Yes, very simple, very nice, very natural. Anything needs to be cleansed, go up here. That's right. Throw me in the garbage. What, smaller one for the cauldron? Yes, it doesn't have to be huge. Yeah, so I do have some magic going on. Definitely put it right in there. For now. Leave that guy over there. Put this inside. See, we're ready for it. Hey, it's time for me to go. I'm losing it. Okay. There we go. We do have a nice little setup here. Very simple, but very like Oh, maybe I'll put these mushrooms up here while they dry. Big old giant mushrooms. Big massive mushrooms. A smaller one. Little dagger. Oh no. I am so good at being. I'm just like asking to be demonetized. I'm asking for it, aren't I? I'm so simple. So silly. There we go. I realized I didn't put it in correctly. I gotta put it in so that it clicks, so that the children can't open it up. There we go. Beautiful, simple, glorious cover girl. I like her up there. I kind of want to put the other one up there, but she won't match. The blue girls look so nice together. But I'm a this person, and since there's nothing on the other side, I feel like something has to be there. What I can't imagine. The little reading dragon. Look at him. Silky's reading. He's reading a book. Oh, he doesn't sit properly. Oh, he does. No, he doesn't go there. Sorry, dragon. Sorry, dragon. I got you. Sky over there. Everything's so big and chunky, but it's nice. Perfect. All right, my friends, I am going to head out. I am sleepy. The dragon is he's in my plant. I love him there. I love the dragon in the plant like that. He's just so sweet there. But yeah, I'm going to head out. I'm going to get some liquids and go to sleep and relax, take a shower. You know, thank you so much for hanging out with me and for choosing some pages to read, getting a little information, and also some really interesting messages. And I will see you guys in the next video and in the next live. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Have a lovely evening. Bye. I can never figure out how to make it go. There we go. Bye.